personal front, I've done the Oxfam 100-kilometer walk twice. Don't look at me. Don't judge me. I've completed it all by myself. No cheating. Yeah. I also teach at the Leonard Cheshire Home for Disabled. The idea is to get people who've dropped out of the formal education system back into being employable. Very simple, basic skills that make them employment ready. Similarly, I do similar stuff with Periphery that brings in transgenders from across the country in Bangalore and Pune to make them employable. Sampark is an NGO that works with migrant labor and their children. So I support their children's stay places to educate the caretakers there to start teaching basics so that the children can start their formal education in their daycares. I'm an author, just 1 year old. Last year, I published my first book, second one, Indigo. The first one is about women entrepreneurs. The second one is the contrast between coach and manager. And the script is done, looking for publishers. So if you've got any references, please do let me know. With that, let's jump right into authentic leadership. What are we going to cover today? We will start by checking in what authenticity is. What does being an authentic leader mean? What does the leadership constitute of? The various components, and we'll wrap up by saying, what do I need to do to become an authentic leader? Yeah, while authenticity is still a growing area in the academic research, the concept of authenticity can be traced back really to ancient Greece. Ancient Greek philosophers stressed that authenticity is an important state of being in control of one's own life. But I'm sure authenticity means different things to different people. We're going to have a fun activity to start with, just to see how authentically can we show up today. So what's going to happen is I'll have a statement on the screen. I'll read it out too. I just want to see the hands raised. Yeah. If that statement is, how many of us have, and I'll read the statement. If it's true for you, just raise your digital hand. I may ask a couple of you questions and then we can put our hands down and get ready for the next question. Are the instructions clear for the first set of activities? Wonderful. All right. How many of us have said people are our biggest priority, but rewarded long hours, burnout, and sacrifice instead of balance? An honest answer I want. Thanks for that honesty, Purvi. Yeah. May I ask you to share a little bit about the hand raise? What made you say so?
So I've also been in the L&D space for like past 6 years now, and there are days like March is one of those times where you have to do performance reviews and appraisal seasons and a lot of other things, and there are days where you have to work long hours. Even you're working from home, you're also going to the office, and as a Gen Z, I do believe a lot in work-life balance and stuff. But then there are days where you just compensate with monetary or non-monetary benefit.
Yeah.
So, I do realize and understand that we do not do justice to people. And if we say that, employees.
You got muted, Purvi.
I'm so sorry.
No.
Yeah, even if we do realize that employees are our first priority and stuff like it, we kind of do not act accordingly.
It could be very subconscious.
Yeah.
Somebody delivered something to you late in the evening. Hey, thank you for doing this beyond work hours. That thank you basically means you are recognizing somebody who's worked beyond the work hours. It happens very subconsciously. Thank you. Anand.
Yeah, so I think I got the question wrong. So ideally, I like a work-life balance, and I do not appreciate people sitting in too late and stuff like that. But if you're talking about year-end in March, then it happens all the time. And like you just said, if somebody's really put in something because it was required, and then I would definitely, reward or appreciate that person. So yes, that's me too.
Yeah. Thank you for that honesty. Let's move on to the next statement. How many of us have? Was there another hand raise? Somebody's saying something.
Yeah, me.
Go ahead, Bani.
Yeah, so I also see it this way that, sometimes as a leader, we say people are our biggest priority, but we do not have the tolerance to have the acceptance to failures. So sometimes people
Absolutely.
would make mistakes, or they're not performing to the level we expected them to do, right? And that's very next appraisal we would, rate them. And then we say, no, 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 we are a very people oriented manager, we are a team, very people managers, right? And
Yeah,
but somewhere we do not have that kind of tolerance in ourselves to accept that there will be success and there'll be failures, and it's not because of one person, it's in the team, it is a collective and a collaborative effort. So when we say people, it is not about one or two people, and it's not about me as a leader. It is also about the team as together.
absolutely.
So
Absolutely. Thank you, Bani. Yeah, so the next statement is, how many of us have avoided a difficult conversation because we didn't want to upset someone or be seen as the bad boss, bad manager, bad leader? Yeah, I want to put both my hands up here, but yeah. Yeah, right? There is one more hand raise. I can't. Wow. Sayan, Anush, Purvi, Vanita. May I ask Anush Mohan to share what was the hand raise about?
Hi everyone, good morning. Sorry, I'm not able to turn on my camera,
No worries.
but yeah, I think multiple these things of corporate and academia. The whole this thing, right? Upsetting someone. I think my biggest fear, not so much out of this thing of popularity, but I dread the conversation that follows, after disagreement.
Yeah,
That the this thing of people taking positions and all. I just dread having that conversation itself. It's not so much about how they may perceive me or something like that.
it is
And
the
I think
avoidance of that
sometimes I
difficult
just
conversation.
yeah,
Totally
I
agree.
just succumb saying I'd rather suffer alone than suffer through that discussion.
Lovely. Thank you for that share. We can lower our hands and I show up the next statement. How many of us have given vague feedback and felt frustrated when the performance didn't improve? Yeah, I can see Anand nod. Bani's hand is still up. Yeah, thank you. Chaitanya, thanks for that acknowledgement. How many of us have stood for strong values until a senior leader, a client, or a powerful stakeholder walked into the room?
So, Shantiji, to give on this giving vague feedback, I
Hmm.
got vague feedback and I was left okay. What this is not the right feedback that makes my work optimal or better efficiency. I had
Hmm.
that experience.
So the
So
reverse, where
giving
somebody gave you vague feedback and you didn't know
yes,
what
yes,
to do
yes.
with it.
Right. So then I
Absolutely.
felt okay. Then that is the biggest challenge. Rather than that made me understand if I'm giving feedback to someone, I have to be very specific. I have to be clear. So that
Yeah,
is something I learned out of it, and then I am applying that also. Yeah,
wonderful.
all the times. Yeah. Thank you
You
so
know,
much.
there's a funny name for this giving weight feedback. It's called as good dog, bad dog syndrome. What is a good dog, bad dog syndrome? When you tell a dog good dog or bad dog, it doesn't know what it
Mhm.
means. Good dog, the
Right.
dog doesn't realize. The only thing it knows is if I hear good dog, I will get a treat. So the dog doesn't even know what to repeat till you tie it with that particular action of the dog. So just a good dog or hey, kudos, well done, gives
Mm.
a momentary high but doesn't lead to any change in behavior or transformation. And that's what most of us face. I got feedback, I either felt sad or I felt great, but then what happened? What should I change? What should I continue doing if it's an appreciation? We might not know. Thank you.
Right. It's like linking to something. Either it is on the positive outcome or on the negative outcome. It has to be clear what it is, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Thank you, Shanti.
Yeah, I'm hoping Bani and Anand, the hand raises for the fourth statement stood until a senior leader, client, stakeholder walked in? Yeah, I'm going to ask Sayan. What happens when the senior leader walks in? Sayan,
My
please.
my
Huh.
my hands shiver. I feel trouble. I fear a lot. What will they say to me?
What will they say to me? So there is some sort of a fear. So we just go with the flow, whatever the leader says. They are there because they must know it. They have more experience than me. That's why they are leading me. So we just give in without presenting our ideas. Thank you.
And
Quickly. Yeah.
sorry, I raised the hand for that.
Yes, please.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead,
Yeah.
Mani.
Yeah, so two things. As a leader, we have done this, all of it. We still do it, knowingly, unknowingly, consciously, subconsciously. And I think vaguely when we give the feedback to our team is also because we ourselves do not have the clarity. And that's where it would be a vague statement, right? Or a
Yeah,
vague feedback. And we get frustrated because somehow our managers also are giving us a vague feedback. So that
correct.
frustration is kind of coming down.
Trickling down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tripling down.
Yeah.
And regarding the, that last question is very, very thought-provoking in terms of, you know, that you stand by your strong values, and there are some very, very strong values each one of us have, and which might not be aligned with the way your leader thinks or your manager thinks.
True.
And it kind of cripples you in many ways, because not only in terms of your productivity, but also in terms of, losing the belief in yourself, right?
Yeah.
I'll share a very small thing. You know, if you believe that, I can try, and I'm a very hardworking person and I can learn the job just by working hard, for example, working
Yeah.
hard means long hours or whatever, and you are just trying to learn because that's the only way you can learn. And then your manager comes and says that, अरे तुमको तो कुछ नहीं आता है, कभी तुमने तो कुछ सीखा ही नहीं, इतने दिन हो गए अभी तक नहीं सीखा, 6 महीने हो गए, अरे पता नहीं तुम्हारा क्या होगा, I don't think so you'll even be confirmed, right? Now, that is a very, very heartbreaking, it's not heartbreaking, it is a very identity breaking thing for the person, and especially for a fresher. And if
Yeah.
they have these kind of experiences early on their career, they will always be fearful of working hard. They will always try to, cover it up with lies or pretend, imposter syndrome, pretend to be working hard, but when they are not, because they're
Brilliant.
scared of getting this kind of a feedback. And I think as a leader or as a manager, it is very important what we say and how we say, right? And
Absolutely.
that's where, because I work as a trauma recovery coach, so I understand that. So that it is a trauma which is chronic, and it stays lifelong with the person, and it reflects throughout their leadership. So
In
it will reflect
everything
in
that
their
they do.
performance
Yeah,
and their promotions, everywhere. It will reflect in their life thereafter. So
absolutely.
therefore, it is very, very important. I think that last question is very, I think we all should share our thoughts on it, because it really made me think a
So
lot.
glad.
Yeah.
And you know what? I normally give this example. When we enter a corporate, we enter with an empty cup. And if our leader pours coffee in it, that is exactly what we will have to pour to the team member who joins us with an empty cup. If we got pineapple juice, that is what we will pour back. So it is like hereditary. What I get is what I give, unless we decide, hey, this coffee is not tasting well, and I trash it and invest in figuring out how to get what my team member wants. Yeah, brilliant. Thank you. Yeah. If you have ever bent the rules just this once to meet the target, to please a client, or to avoid a tough explanation. Have you all done that? Yeah. Justified a decision by saying, that's just how business works, even when it didn't sit right with us.
I think also, why this happens is also a lot of it has to do with the company culture.
It
the
does.
corporate culture, the company you're working with. If
Yeah.
bending rules, for example, is kind of you see lot many people doing around you, you would do it also.
Absolutely.
If you see that you're hearing this statement, यार बिजनेस में तो थोड़ा सा ऊपर नीचे करना पड़ता है तभी आता है बिजनेस, जुगाड़ लगाना पड़ता है, जुगाड़ लगाओ जुगाड़ लगाओ, सिर्फ ऐसे नहीं करो, then this is what we are teaching, right?
It becomes acceptable. So true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is where we all have done this. It's not that none of us is not, like everybody has done. We all have done this.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Heart of the hearts, we are raising our hands half. No, Anand, you had hands up until now. You want to share something?
Yeah, I think it was for the previous slide.
Ah,
But when we come to this slide, yes, I think I have definitely bent the rules, to meet a target and please a client and so on and so forth when I was working at the corporate. And yeah, probably also justified a decision by saying that's just how business works. Maybe sometimes I don't remember exactly the incident, but
yeah.
yes, I am
Would have
culpable
done.
to
So,
have done
Anand,
that.
you said that until I was working for the corporate. So if I ask you something, so would it be fair to say that since you've become an independent consultant,
Hmm.
things are more in your control?
Yeah, to a certain extent. But I'll give you a small example here. It may not be directly connected. So I was doing a training and I don't do trainings directly for clients. I go through training partners. And I did one and the session went off well, but there were a lot of gaps in a lot of, like, for example, I think it was just when COVID had started and it was an 8-hour virtual session. 8-hour, which was like very taxing. Also, the participants were given so much work that when they came in, they were half asleep and all that. So me, in all my enthu and honesty, I gave a feedback to the training organization saying that 8 hours virtual is really mentally and physically saturating. So ideally is 4 hours. And then I said they've also been like loaded with a lot of work. I never got any work from them after that.
After that.
So yes.
Yeah. So when
Yes.
you show up the way you feel inside, something switches off in the other person. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you for
Yes.
calling it out.
Yes.
Thank you for calling it out. Yeah. Try to look the kind of leader we admire instead of leading in a way that feels true to us. I think all my earlier years of leadership, it was like, hey, I want to be this leader. That made me feel good. Hey, I want to be that leader. That made me feel good. It was a constant struggle to figure out who am I as a leader and how do I want to lead? How do I choose to lead? Yeah, stayed silent when speaking up felt risky, unnecessary. I think most of us would put hands up for this. Why are we answering and asking these questions? There is nothing wrong or right about this. I'm not saying that, we should or should not do this. The fact that some of us are able to acknowledge, yes, I did this, is authenticity. Some of us have a rationale, I did this because, that is authenticity. Some of us are able to say that, that is how it was. I felt helpless. That is authenticity. So we are going to be talking about our behaviors, trying to understand what feels authentic to us, what doesn't feel authentic to us, and how does it show up in our leadership. So for that, we are going to do a quick survey on Mentimeter. Here is the QR code. I'll stop the slide share and I'll show the Mentimeter slide itself. I just have to say, start presentation. Yeah, and I will stop sharing. Stop share. And then start sharing. No, it's again came back to the same share. Yes, you should be. Which slide are you able to see? Is it the Mentimeter?
No, no, we are seeing the QR scanner here currently, Shanti ji.
QR code. Why is it not showing me that? I'll do a fresh share completely. This one.
And that QR code is still streaming.
Now I can see responses. Authenticity means love. Authenticity means speak what is true. Thank you. Integrity. Thank you. Aligned with my inner self. Love that definition. Don't pretend. Yeah. Love is becoming bigger. More people typing in love. In chat, folks are saying, don't sugarcoat, honesty with kindness. Yeah. Be honest at all times. Yeah. And that's what Anand was saying, right? I hoped to be honest, but then it didn't give me the right results. Then how do you continue to stay honest? Yeah. Be who you are. Lovely. 30 more seconds. Be empathetic. Growing inner self slowly. I love the fact that you added slowly. Be real, be genuine. Yeah. Yeah, be true to self and others, Chaitanya has put in the chat. Be consistent with your behavior, predictable. Yeah, lovely. And it's good that if your inner and outer selves are aligned, you're not putting in any additional effort to show up in a certain way. It comes in easy. Yeah, brilliant, brilliant. Reality. Lovely. I'm going to stop the share. Feel free to send any more responses that you have. I will send a screenshot in the group for all of us to see what emerged. So we all know what is authenticity. Yes, there is a standard definition for authenticity, which I will show, but I think definition should be what makes sense to you, not what the book prescribes, book recommends. Yeah. So what is authenticity? I'm not going to read it. I'm going to leave it on the screen for you to read. But authenticity is what feels true to you, what feels real to you. Authenticity, you don't have to fake, you don't have to put in effort, and hence you are consistent. For things that we have to put in effort, chances are some days we will be able to put in more effort, some days we will not be able to put in effort, so we will show up differently. Hence, we will not be consistent. So people will keep wondering, last time he or she said this time not this, they did it to that extent last time, not this time. And hence, we lose our brownie points on authenticity when we are not true to ourselves. So if that is authenticity, what is your definition of authentic leader? Anyone, just raise your hands.
Be your own blueprint. Follow your own blueprint. Don't
Follow
copy.
your own blueprint. Yeah. How would you show up when you follow your own blueprint, Bunny?
It will be very unique to myself, like each one of us as unique as our fingerprints. So it will be a very unique blueprint for me, and that's what people would know me as a leader, right? So I will have my own leadership style, which is very unique to myself, combined with my own leadership flaws. So it'll be a unique combination of strengths and areas of improvement.
Lovely.
So
And how
that
do you
is the
become
authentic.
leader? And how do you become aware of those leadership qualities and traits?
by continuous feedback, which is coming from 360 feedback from your managers, from your peers, from your teams, and people you interact with, right? So they would tell us how they see it, right? Because we all are seeing ourselves in a beautiful way, but they
Lovely.
will see us in a sometimes in a different way. So
Absolutely. Thank you for that share. Anand.
Yeah, so if I were to be an authentic leader, I would be the last person to speak. I would let the team the team speak, and then I would put in my points. That's just one thing. There are many more, but
Many
this
more.
is
And
yeah.
why would you do that? Why does allowing the entire team to speak first before you contribute make you feel more authentic?
Yeah, so then the team is not biased. They're not under pressure to accept what I have said as a leader.
Yeah.
So they're free to come up with their own thoughts, and I could, at the end, summarize it, and then we could take a decision. But if I do it right in the front, in the beginning, a lot of people, for various reasons, would just align to my thoughts, irrespective of whether it's really the best one or not.
Wonderful. One question to Anand. Would you be worried? How will my team perceive me if they are the ones who are creating, they are the ones who are building?
So at one point in time, I was definitely worried when I started being a manager and all of those things. So I had my insecurities, but then I think people evolve. We learn, we read, we take inputs from great leaders whom we admire or whom we see in action, and then we kind of evolve, I believe. So today, if you ask me, no. But
No.
maybe 10 years back, yes, I would have felt insecure कि यार मैं boss हूँ, ideas तो वो दे रहे हैं, उनका चल रहा है,
Yeah,
whatever.
my role is to lead, my role is to tell, my role is to direct.
Correct.
If I'm
Correct.
taking a back seat and allowing them to decide, how would I be perceived? Thank you.
Correct.
I'm asking these specific questions because I'm trying to drive a point home. So please bear with me. Kusuma.
Hi everyone. I joined a little late, so I missed the opportunity to introduce myself. See, what I feel an authentic leader is an individual who understands his or her own strengths, weaknesses, and beliefs, and leads consistently according to their values, and they communicate very openly, and they don't hesitate to accept or admit their mistakes and respect others.
Wow. Kusuma has summarized the entire session for us. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank
So
you. Thank
I'll
you.
pick on the fact about values, Kusuma.
Yeah.
And you said an authentic leader is somebody who knows his or her values and
Yes.
shows up consistently to live his or her values. So if I were to ask you, what if the circumstance is forcing you to not live your value?
Circumstances forcing us not to live our values means, see, again, it depends upon the situation. Definitely, what I stand by is I personally values and ethics, not other than that.
So let me give you an example. You tell me what you would do. Yeah. So you're working for an organization that's making you upsell something, cross-sell
Okay.
something. Yeah. So they're saying, please tell this customer that they will also get this benefit. Let's first get the customer in, then we'll see how to provide the service. What would you do?
I would not do something which is wrong, which will not, my ethics will not allow me to do. Even the organization is telling me.
So are
I
you
don't
okay with being rated as a poor performer because others did and they got good sales? Their numbers look brilliant and your numbers don't because you wanted to stay ethical.
Okay.
I'm just, you don't need to answer. I'm just questioning you. These are the things that make us think.
Yes.
My ethics says honesty, integrity, but I know if I am honest and integral, there are others who are going to make better sales than me. They will show up in the top charts of, sales leaders this month, and they're going to get rewarded for that. And I may be reprimanded saying, Shanti, your sales numbers don't look great. You're not a good performer. Yeah. So my ethics are being evaluated to my performance. What am I going to do? Keep thinking, Kusuma. Purvi.
I think when we talk about authentic leadership, how we carry ourselves, our body language, the kind of words that we use also makes a lot of difference. And I do realize that I'm the youngest one here, so I might have a conflict of thought with other people, but I just want to put it across from somebody who is a Gen Z. So when we see a leader, a director who walks into the room with a very closed, hunched body language, we do not feel like talking and giving in our reviews because we've already made a mindset. इन्हें जो करना है वही करना होगा, हमें बोलने का कोई sense नहीं है. But
Yeah.
when I speak with my subordinates or somebody who I am, assisting with in terms of training, even if something is negative, I just tell them that, look, this is workable. This is something that we can solve, and you need not, take the load of the entire world on your shoulders and feel like, yaar, ye kya ho gaya, and, stuff like it. But the moment I start this conversation, they feel very, safe psychologically, and they can actually start talking about what's difficult, what's actually the difficulty that they are facing, which is not really helping them reach where they want to. So I think an open body language and being easily approachable is a very big part of authentic leadership.
Authentic leadership. Yeah. Thank you for calling it out, Purvi. Communicating through your body language, through your tonality, through your words, through your actions. Constantly communicating the authenticity becomes very important. Thank you for calling that out. Anush.
So for me, the way I approach authenticity is that I ask myself, why should the other person in the room trust me? Whether it's dealing with someone in the client space. So definitely, the thing that you brought up, saying that client ko ye bol de, client ko le aao, I could never do that.
Yeah.
And, that's why I failed miserably at sales, but I've always had leaders who have adjusted to that position, the stand that I took. And so regardless of whether I'm dealing with someone, whether I'm dealing with participants in a program or something, it's not about trust coming from knowledge, but trust coming from the fact that this is who I am and what you see is what you get.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Disclosure.
Consistency, coherence between your external and internal self. When that is visible to others, you show up consistently, and that is authenticity for you. Well said, Anush. Anand.
Yeah, so I just resonated with what Purvi just said about the Gen Z perspective. So around 6 months ago, I actually had a mustache and I had a lot of grays in it, obviously. And when I did a session, a 3-day session, I had some participants giving me feedback, so which we captured on video. So one of them said that when we saw you, we were like, "Arey yaar, ek aur buddha aa gaya hai," and pag jayega types, and all of those things. And they said, but it was good and it was great and all of those things. So then I actually removed my mustache. I shaved it off because it does make a difference to the Gen Z or to probably people. I'm not saying that for people who keep mustaches, but I just thought that why should I even give them a chance to feel that initial reluctance,
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's my own personal opinion, not to say to anybody who has a mustache. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
spot on. What you are communicating, and it could be the way you look, the way you smile, the way you dress, your body language, your choice of words. In fact, Pitch, I was attending this webinar late in the evening. He was talking about being able to control and modulate and, strengthen your voice. And he said a beautiful thing. Gen Z, when you're talking to a young audience, the pitch should be higher. But when you're talking to a mature CXOs kind of an audience, your bass should be stronger. So I'm like, okay, how do you change that? He did teach us some methods, but that is so true. So when you are with youngsters, if you keep your bass strong and you're talking at your literally, low kind of this thing, it doesn't click. Yes, Anand. You're on mute.
Sorry, this question was for Purvi and any other Gen Z here. So I have 2 children who are Gen Zs. And when I'm very enthusiastic and full of energy, they actually look at me with disdain. Ki yaar, matlab, kya hai ye karke? So I just want to check from you that as a trainer, if there are Gen Z participants, should I be like full energy and enthu and a higher pitch? Or do you think that I should tone it down? I just a question to Purvi and any other Gen Z here. Because मेरे बच्चे तो they don't appreciate enthu and energy and all of those things. I guess so. Yeah.
Okay, I'll answer it, and if there is anyone else, they can take it up. But see, I think for the first part, as somebody who is a senior trainer, somebody who is elder, somewhere around 35, 40 years or elder, the first thing is to read the room. So once you have read the room, and if you do realize that the energy is low, and if they are feeling कि पता नहीं कौन आ गया है, you need to get in the zone where they make friends with you in no time. So um, now, because I'm a Gen Z, I follow Instagram and everything, so I know memes and stuff. In fact, there was a training where I recently covered how to give feedback efficiently, and there was this one meme that I covered that nobody cares about your opinion. Basically, what I was trying to say is that if feedback is not workable, it's an opinion.
Yeah.
So I used that meme, which was half onion, and then there was a pie symbol, and then the other onion, which was there. So it's opinion. And the moment they read it, I could connect with them. They were like, अच्छा हाँ ठीक है, मतलब trainer है तो क्या हुआ, session तो मस्त होगा. So I think maybe you can set like 15 minutes where you see Instagram trends and stuff like it, so you can connect with them in no time. Because I think even if there is a generation gap, the moment you read the room and then you lead it, it's sorted. I, in fact, sometimes do face difficulty when there are people who are in C-suites and I have to connect. But then I learned over the time that आप थोड़ा बहुत leadership, business aspect पे पढ़ के जाओ, take case studies, talk about what is really affecting them, कि आपके ऊपर इतनी सारी responsibilities है, आपको 50 जनों का टीम देखना है, आपको घर पे भी देखना है, and they just know कि हाँ ठीक है, ये बंदी empathetically हमसे connect हो पा रही है, तो it's fine. So I think first one is read the room, and second one is being aware about what's going on in the market in terms of fun, etc., so that you can put it across in the training.
So thank you so much, Purvi. So generally, I also do that. And I've been posting, but now I've started actually adding some Gen Z lingo also. And it actually attracts Gen Z people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my last post had some Gen Z words in it. So thanks so much, Purvi.
I might do a training for both leaders and Gen Zs as into how to deal with each other, vice versa, for one of the
And
companies.
that is a very big gap, Purvi,
Yeah.
because today we've got 4.5, 5 generations at the workplace working
Right.
together.
Yes.
And with the work cultures not being very hierarchical, there is not a huge gap between the kinds of work and responsibilities and designations. So yeah, it's a very important skill. Please, kudos to you. Go ahead. Anush.
Yeah, I just had a thought to Anand's question. So first and foremost, I think no matter how hard parents may try, children will always find them cringe. Right? So I think that is a cross that parents will have to bear. It comes with the job. But couple of things, thoughts that I have found in my experience is that while the expression may be different, I'm saying that Gen Zs may speak in a certain way, act in a certain way, prioritize certain things, whereas millennials do it different, the Gen Xers do it very differently. I find that fundamentally there are a lot of similarities, and that is what we need to appeal to without really, I mean, it's fine to use certain terms to establish relatedness, etc. But as long as we don't come across as too, trying too hard, there's also this thing of being a wannabe, and that again puts people off. So as long as we use certain memes, etc., to say, "Ha, mujhe bhi pata hai, I know what's going on in the world," but without overstepping, getting into this thing, because just one example that I'll give is if we have, I mean, everybody knows the 6-7 trend, right? And the reason, fortunately, in my mind, the reason that the 6-7 trend is seeing a downfall is because seniors have started using it, right? And Gen Zs don't find it attractive anymore. So we may be aware of trends, but using it incorrectly may, put the audience off even more. So I feel that as long as we address the commonalities, it's more, it works much better.
Yeah. Yeah, Anand, Chaitanya, and then we'll call it a close. We'll move ahead.
Sorry, I completely resonate with Anush. And so what I practice is to just kind of engage with them. And I actually become that Paresh Rawal of that movie Judai, I think, where he asks like 10,000 questions. I'm not sure if people have watched that movie where Paresh Rawal, yeah. So I tell them that I'm going to be Paresh Rawal from this movie, and so I will keep asking them questions so that they open up, and I make it very interactive that ways. So though I may not really, I've just started using Gen Z lingo and all that, but I never used to use it earlier. Till probably even 1 month ago. But it still connects. It still connects with people when you're just authentic and when you're not trying to show that I'm better than you, that I know
Thank you
more
for
than
calling
you.
it out. Thank you. When it is an effort that you've put in to learn that language and use it really, and not to force fit, and it is not to show that I can use Gen Z language, it will
Yes.
work. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Chaitanya. Mute.
Sorry. Okay. So what this shows what authenticity is about. Let Gen Zs be Gen Z.
Yes.
Let X be X, Z be Z, A be A, B be B, C C C. That is what it is about. If we are connecting with someone, it happens one way or the other. If it is not meant to be, it does not happen. As simple as that is being authentic leader anyway. That is about the authenticity is what I meant to say.
Yeah.
And it's yes, thank you so much.
Lovely. So just to summarize,
Wanna add just one thing. I'll take a minute or less.
okay, go
So
ahead.
I have a younger sister. She's 3 years younger to me, but then I feel that we have a generation gap because there are certain things that I do in a certain manner. Things have to be organized. And she's like, why do you care so much? Tujhe har cheez aise. So I just tell her that, look, I understand the kind of person that you are. And I just want you to understand the kind of person that I am. Not that I'm disagreeing with you. But I think just that one statement makes it very easier for both of us to, म्यूचुअली अंडरस्टैंड दैट ठीक है जो जैसा है वैसा है ज्यादा चेंज करने की कोशिश मत करो सो आई एग्री विद व्हाट चैतन्य said.
Spot on. It is person dependent, and I think we are too loosely using these terms, Gen Z, Gen X, Gen Y. You talk to a Gen Z age group in a tier 2, tier 3 city in India, they are a Gen X in their head.
Yes.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter what age group you are. It is who you are, what you've experienced, how you think. And I know of people who've moved out of India, who have seen a lot more world. A Gen X is also a millennial, the way they speak, they talk, the way they engage. So it is who you are, you bring authentically. Thank you. Yeah, let's move on. Did I stop the slideshow? No, the slideshow is on. Yes. Yeah, so I think you covered it all. Are leaders who are deeply aware of what they think, what
Aunty,
they
we're
believe.
looking at a presentation mode. We are not able to see the.
You're not able to see. You're not able to see the slide only. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not full screen.
Okay.
It's not full screen.
Not full screen.
It's in presentation
Share.
mode.
Presentation. Share. Is it better
Yeah.
now? All right.
Fine.
Yeah. So I was saying authentic leaders are those who are very aware of their values, beliefs, perceptions, behaviors, body language, communication style, preferences, and the list will go on and on and on. People who are aware of themselves. This is how I show up. This is what feels natural to me. This is what feels normal to me. This is that bucket. So that's the first trait of being an authentic leader. The next trait, which again all of you have mentioned, is how are they perceived by others? Because if you're constantly trying to put up a face, put up a mask, others will catch that. So if others feel, I know what he or she is talking about, I know what they mean is what they are saying, is how they are showing up. If there is coherence across all of this, very evidently, they are authentic leaders. They are aware of the context in which they operate. We were having this discussion, when you're talking to a certain audience, change how you would communicate with them. Yeah, if you're talking to a different set of audience, change, whether it is age group, whether it is profession, whether it is industry, how you are able to adapt in your own authentic way. Adapt does not mean be somebody who you are not. Last but not the least, feels confident, hopeful, optimistic, resilient in their character, in their way of showing up. Yeah. If there is a leader who changes based on circumstances. Maybe they are not confident about how they show up. And hence, it's that I showed up like this, didn't work, let me show up a different way. It didn't work, let me show up a third way. When people see you differently in different circumstances and situations, probably there is a question mark in their head. Which one of those versions of you is the real you? Yeah. Any thoughts, questions before we move to the next slide? All right. Yeah, so we're going to be talking about 4 characteristics of leaders. And we're also going to be talking about components of leaders. Anybody who can tell me the difference between characteristics and components?
And characteristics and
Components.
components, NENTS.
Yeah, components.
Characteristics could be person to person.
Yes.
Say, for example, if I am a leader and if my way of leadership is coaching, teaching something to somebody and then letting them do, that's a kind of a characteristic. But a component is like an ingredient, which is a must-have to be an efficient leader. I think, I don't know, I may be wrong.
Lovely, lovely. Yeah, very close. There's a small nuance. I'll call it out. Let's hear Anush first.
I think almost adjacent to what Purvi just said. So components are like ingredients, what makes you you.
Yes.
And characteristic is how it manifests, because
Brilliant.
the same calmness could be manifested very differently in 2 different people.
Lovely, lovely. Lalita, you have something to add?
Yes. I think characteristics is a trait, or it can be a quality of ours, and component can be an element. It's an element, or it's an essential part, which is a necessity, which is required
Yeah.
for something.
Yeah, the components form you, and how it shows up are the characteristics.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
lovely.
thank you.
Let's first see the characteristics. So typically, what does an authentic leader show up like? Firstly, rather than faking their leadership, authentic leaders are true to themselves. They conform to their own expectations of quote unquote leadership. It does not mean that that kind of leadership is going to be liked and loved by everyone. Na? We will sometimes, if you've heard this word, ye to aisa hi hai. This person is like this only. You may be saying it with lots of love, or you may be saying it with lots of resentment. Hey, Bhagwan, why is this person like this? But the fact is that that person is showing up consistently in a certain way that feels authentic to them. So they're true to themselves. So remember that it's not about good or bad. We're not talking about likability here. We're just talking about how they show up. They are true to themselves. Next one, authentic leaders are motivated by personal convictions rather than to attain status, honor, designation, position, personal benefits. I know it's very difficult to be that kind of a leader, but these are those leaders who, for them, their personal values, belief systems drive their decision making and actions. Yeah, they are originals. You won't find copies. Somebody said in the beginning, I'm my unique me. No, so that unique me, I think Bani was saying that, yeah. Unique me is that and your unique you is easier for you to demonstrate rather than trying to be somebody else. Yeah. Last but not the least, authentic leaders are their actions are based on their personal values, beliefs, perceptions, convictions. So this is how they show up. Let us also look at what constitutes, what are they made up of? Yeah, any guesses?
Empathy.
Thank you. And
I think the
Self-aware.
self-growth, self-learning, self-growth.
self-learning, self-growth, brilliant, and
Self-awareness.
wonderful. And
Strategy.
strategy for what?
is a component of leadership, I feel, because a person has to have a strategy of doing things, a manner in which he does.
That any leader would need to have. Is there a way you can make it related to authentic leadership? What kind of strategy would authentic leaders have? Any leader has to have a strategy. Agreed.
Communication.
Communication. Can we have Dr. Anuradha complete it first?
I think how you align your actions with your goals or vision. That
Yeah.
is the strategy, I think.
Wonderful. How you feel aligned to what you're doing, and can you rally people behind in terms of feeling aligned to where you are taking them? Thank you.
Yes.
Anand?
Emotional intelligence, higher level of emotional intelligence is
Absolutely.
one. Integrity.
Integrity. Thank you. Integrity is a very core value. So when people are aligned to their values, they show up authentically. Yes. Sayan?
Execution power.
Couldn't hear you.
Execution power.
Execution power. Can you elaborate?
Yeah, like some people, they like to execute by themselves rather than giving major tasks to other person. And some people try to delegate all the tasks and keep themselves busy in branding or marketing, which is the important backbone of any industry.
Okay. Which one of this is the authentic leader? The one who does it themselves or one who gets the team to do?
Now, the one who gets the team to do, because that way you can increase your productivity in less time, time and less space.
Okay. So authentic leader need not be a great leader. So your definition to me seems to be a good leader, a great leader. How should they show up? They should be rallying their team towards a common goal. So authentic leader need not be that. We don't have all authentic leaders are not great leaders. Yeah, all great leaders are authentic leaders. So it's the reverse, but all authentic leaders, sometimes your authenticity may be hard for somebody else. So keep that in mind. So every time you're an authentic leader, need not be very nice for others. Yeah, Bani.
Yeah, and also like walk your talk.
Huh.
That is an authentic
Say what you will
leadership.
do and do what you are saying.
Yeah.
Consistency. Thank you, Bani.
Consistent.
Dr. Anuradha.
And also what Anand had said, taking from there, so authentic leadership is also about making more leaders and letting your team lead from front.
Brilliant. Dr. Anuradha?
Yes, I think resilience is also important because when you are into a leadership role, things will not go as per your plan always. So
Brilliant.
you have to stay strong under challenges and be convincing to the team that what you're doing is right till the time you achieve your goal.
Yeah. And despite the circumstances not being in your favor, are you able to stay authentic or are you giving in?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you for calling it out. Sunita.
Yeah, it's also about having the courage to be authentic, because so many factors sometimes don't allow us to show up again and again consistently. So
Yeah.
courage, so one of the elements I felt to continue the journey.
Courage. Brilliant. Brilliant. Ranjana.
Hi, Shanti ma'am, Ranjana here.
Yes.
Hi,
Ranjana.
everyone. Authenticity, I had a doubt. Is it could not be real also? ऐसा भी हो सकता है?
No, authenticity is real. But the real you may not be very nice. That's all I'm trying to say. Authenticity
Okay.
has to be real, otherwise it's not authentic. To give you an example, if my authentic self is very loud, is very animated, is very gestured, then what happens is that is how it is very easy for me to show up in that way. But not everybody enjoys looking at somebody who's very animated, loud, and gestured and demonstrative. So people may not like it, but the authentic, that is the real me. No, so we are not talking about, that's what I was trying to say, that don't think that authentic leaders are great leaders. All great leaders are authentic leaders for sure, but the reverse may not be true.
Okay.
Yeah.
All great leaders are authentic.
All great leaders are authentic leaders. If they're not authentic, you will not put them under the bucket because they're not predictable. Yesterday they said this, today they're saying this, last quarter was their strategy, this quarter this is their strategy. I don't know what will happen. So they're leaving you in lots of confusion and doubt. And such a leader can't be great.
Okay, because a minute ago you said somebody that's not authenticity. I was like, authentic nahi hai means what? Authentic leadership ही होगी ना, अगर कोई leadership जो whoever is being authentic, उसमें true false कैसे हो सकता है या real unreal कैसे हो सकता है? I had a doubt this.
Only authenticity is being real.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I was saying is authentic leaders need not be great leaders.
Okay.
Because your authenticity is not nice to somebody else. The example that I gave. Yeah, my
Okay.
authentic is very driving, very, do this, targets, numbers. My team will not be happy with me. I'm not a great leader.
Okay.
Yeah, but that is the authentic me.
Got it. Thank you.
Thank you. Purvi.
So I think even if we want to be authentic, and the moment we realize that this is something that is stopping us to be a great leader, even while we are authentic, we need to work on our roots in order to be a great leader. So I'll just share. As a kid, I was told I'm a little short-tempered, but I was preparing for Air Force, and when you prepare for forces, you have to work on your roots because you are in a 5-day SSB interview. You are being checked thorough and thorough. So
Yes.
if you are going to fake it, you are not going to be able to fake it forever, and at one point you will burn out.
Spot on.
So
Spot on.
even if you have to work on something in order to be a great leader along with authenticity, you have to work on the route, and then the results will show in probably, a year or maybe even more, depending upon the intensity. So since
Absolutely.
Ranjana was talking about that question, I just thought I'll just,
Add.
add to
Yeah,
this.
absolutely. You can fake it once, you can fake it twice, but constantly trying to be or portraying to be somebody you are not is going to burn you out very soon. And then those spurts of, frustration, irritation, burnout will show up. And then you'll surprise people. Oh my God, what did I just notice? Yeah, Lalita.
I agree with what Mr. Anand and others, Puvi and all told, that integrity plays an important role for the authentic leader. And along with integrity, what I also feel personally is also in the self-awareness, because as a leader, we need to show first integrity and self-awareness and consistency. So at the point that you told, targets, yes, I agree, targets is important, but driving the targets with these three qualities, definitely they own it, because I've seen my team taking it and they have led the show. So definitely this three, why we should have the 3 points is because this inspires to involve.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
And also, just to add to what everybody said, when we are authentic, also is that I am not trying to imitate somebody else. So I'm not checking somebody else reports or scorecards and trying to be that authentic leader, So it's not, fit it all kind of a formula that, okay, I have checked all these 5 things, so now I'm an authentic leader. No, my authenticity is my authenticity, good, bad, ugly. So have your own scorecard, and I think at times also it's therefore very important that we are not too self-critical. Am I being an authentic leader? Am I being an authentic leader? Yes, just do it from your soul. Do with your integrity. Do with your what feels right in your heart, right? Then
Thank
you're
you,
an
Bani.
authentic leader. So
If
don't
you have
keep
to
checking.
question yourself, maybe you're not being that authentic leader.
Correct.
Because if you are being yourself, वो question ही नहीं आएगा दिमाग में.
Exactly. So, always checking around some other parameter, that itself is a self-defeating kind of a thing, that I am not being my authentic self, but I'm trying to follow the authentic leadership, what somebody else is portraying or what others think is an authentic leadership. So I think, therefore, there's a very, very thin line between self-awareness and being self-critical and always trying to match up with some standards. So don't go to that kind of a report card, just burn that report card and create your own new report card. I feel is an authentic leadership.
Lovely. Vakas, am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Yes.
Hello, ma'am. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Ma'am, can I ask one question?
Yes, please.
Ma'am, there are other many types of leadership, autocratic, transformational, servant leadership, and authentic leadership as well. So, ma'am, what do you think? Which type of leadership do you think is most effective in today's work environment, and which we can choose and we can build?
In one word, situational. Yeah, you cannot be just one kind of leader in all situations. There will be situations where you as a leader will have to be very directive, autocratic. There will be situations where you'll need to be coach-like. There will be situations where you are a cheerleader or you're leading from the front, or you want consensus if you want the entire team to rally behind you. So there is no one way. These are all they're all telling you in which context which kind of leadership will work best, but there is no one single method of leadership that the leader can say, I'm a servant leader and that will only help me survive. I'm an authentic leader and that is only thing that will help me survive. May not happen. So you need a combination of all of these, and you need to choose which card to play at the right point in time.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. Chaitanya.
Chanti, okay. I was thinking about something, and Mr. Vakas' question made me to raise my hand. Okay. So I got something like, let's say if you are a captain of a ship leading 300, 500 people, then your goal is, if in case some mishap happens, then you have to be the last person to onboard the ship. Sorry, offboard the ship.
Offboard the ship, yeah.
Right. When you're leading a company, something mishap happens and you have to take a pay cut. Then the leader, me, should be the first person to take the pay cut. Same leader, same role, same responsibility. The situation, as you said, right? That depends and varies, and we have to act as per it. And yeah, thank you, Ji, and thank you, Shanti. And I'm very curious about this. What is the components of authentic leadership?
Okay, I'm going to show those now.
Yes,
No more
yes. Thank you
surprises.
so
Yeah.
much.
And you've all covered it very, very clearly. Self-awareness, it is an ongoing process of reflection, re-examination by the leader of his or her own strengths, weakness, values. Some of you mentioned, right, asking my team has enough feedback for me. If you're aware of the concept of Johari window, please read up. That is one way in which you can show up authentically. So authenticity basically means, how much do I know myself? And the way I know myself, are others seeing me in the same way? So Johari window is a brilliant tool to help you increase your self-awareness. Relationship transparency basically means how open are you as a leader to sharing your own thoughts, beliefs, even if it means it's not the most popular one, even if it means you're going to receive critique, even if if you're going to receive some pushback. Are you able to share it openly? Sometimes it will not be just about critique and pushback. Sometimes it may be about vulnerability. Sometimes are you able to, as a leader, say, yeah, even I am scared in these uncertain times about what will happen to my role. Are you that leader who is able to voice your own thoughts, concerns openly? It is about balanced processing. I think a big combination of a lot of things that you all mentioned. How am I taking actions? How am I taking decisions? Am I considering everybody's viewpoints? Am I building consensus? Am I driving in a certain point? How am I balancing my decisions? Yeah, that's what we call as balanced processing. Last but not the least, somebody said integrity. Yeah. What is my internal moral compass? Is it allowing me to do something? What is my ethical foundation? Is it not allowing me to do something? There is I'll stop share for a second and I'll ask this. So there is, you're walking by a railway track, and if you've seen this meme or quiz on multiple platforms. Just share your perspective. You're walking by a railway track. You see a signboard, the track is broken ahead. And you keep walking and you see a child playing on that track. The child cannot hear the train, the child cannot see the signal, but you've got a lever in your hand and you can change the course of the train. You can put the train on a parallel track. The parallel track is the one that leads to the broken track, and this one, the train is the where the train is going is the right track, not broken one. But if you allow the train to move, the child will die. Yeah. First question, what would you do? What does your ethics ask you to do?
Not to, let's say, delay the progress of the killing aspect. Let's say if it is such scenario, let's delay whatever happens earliest. Let's say the possibilities, let's say if I have 10 seconds, if I'm not taking a decision in within 10 seconds, that happens. Or
Child
let's
will
say if
die.
in a minute.
You have to
Yes.
decide now. What will you decide? Will
Yes.
you change the
Yes.
track? Will you not change the track of the train?
I'll choose whichever keeps the child safe. Let's say first thing.
Okay. Now, if the
That is,
train moves to the hold on,
yes.
Chaitanya. If the train moves to the broken track, if you're going to save the child, the broken track is going to lead to the 270 people in the train dying. What would
Yeah,
you do?
yeah. This is a complicated question. And this is a scenario also. Sometimes I saw that if it is coming to 270 and 1, then the chances of getting that 1% died is
You will let that one
ethical.
person die. Ethical. Yeah.
Ethical.
Now,
Yes.
that one child is your child. What would you do?
Same scenario applies to everybody if it is that case. Yeah.
It is easy to say, but when that one
Yeah,
child
true,
is
true.
your
Yeah.
child,
Yeah.
we
This
will
is
pull
altogether
the
two
trigger.
different concepts. Altogether two different concepts.
Absolutely.
So
Are
we
we
have to take,
seeing,
yes.
are we seeing how ethics differs by situation? That's the only thing I wanted to bring into notice. Ethics differs by situation, and the situation is defined by your role. In the first situation, you are a passerby. The second situation, it is a moral ethics that you are trying to live by. That's the role you are playing. In the third situation, you are playing the role of a father or a mother. In that situation, ethics does say, I will save my child. Yeah. So when we say ethics, I think please be very, very mindful in terms of what role are you playing, and in that role, what ethics means for you. Please do not think that if the father wants to save his child and allow the 270 people to die, the father is not ethical. Absolutely not. The primary role of a father, primary role of a parent is to safeguard their child. And if that is what they're doing the right. Yeah. All right. Let's move back. Please tell me you're able to see the slide properly and not large screen, small screen.
It's all clear, Shanti.
All clear. All right, let's move on. Congruence is equal to authenticity. What does congruence mean? What you are saying and how you are showing up are not different. You know, obviously, when you see the gentleman on the screen, if he's saying, go on, I'm interested, and by the looks of it, I'm sure he's not interested. When people see this confusion between what you're saying, how you are saying, your body language, you leave people confused. And when people feel confused, they don't feel you are authentic. So one big key ingredient of showing up authentically is having that congruence between your inner values, beliefs, and your external demonstration of your values and beliefs. And when there is congruence inside and outside, you don't have to make up. You don't have to put in any effort. You are who you are, and it comes to you effortlessly. So now let's talk about Gyan done. Thank you, Shanti. But please tell me, how do I become this authentic leader? You've left us confused. If I do this, this is right. If I do this, this is wrong. Let's look at how to become an authentic leader. Very, very simple steps. First one, rethink what your leadership image is. As a leader, is there anything in your leadership image that you want to change. But for that, you need to be an aware leader. So first, write down all the characteristics that you think people will say about you as a leader. Yeah. Please start doing it right now. You won't be able to complete the whole exercise, but then at least the steps you will be able to execute beyond the workshop. So first, write at least 8 to 10 behaviors, competencies, traits, attributes, adjectives that people will assign to you when you ask somebody, hey, what kind of a leader am I? Yeah. So just write those down and then I will tell you what next to be done. I'll keep silent for a minute, and once you're done, just put done in the chat and then we'll move on. Please take care, Shikha. The session is getting recorded. Hopefully you can catch up. Yeah, if any one of you has made that list of the kind of leadership image I want to portray, just put done. Thank you, Bani, Purvi. We'll just give 30 more seconds. Take your time, Sayan.
Can I just share something while others are doing this activity?
Yes, please.
There's a difference between somebody who is very motivating and encouraging and somebody who is very pushy.
Yes.
For when as a leader, when you ask somebody to do something, there's a difference. There's a thin line difference between pushy and being motivating. And
In a thick line only, very thick line.
but I think that's something that often, gets recognized in a manner that आप इनको बोलते नहीं हो करने को ना इसलिए ये नहीं करते हैं.
So people are looking at only the outcome. They're not looking at the how.
Yeah.
So if you get things done, you know how to get things done.
Exactly.
If you're not, and most people know that do this is the only way to get things done. Yeah.
So they only see the tip of the iceberg, but they do not see the kind of impact that somebody makes while they are working on it. And not every time the results might show up in, like a month or 6 months, but it may take time. So this is one challenge that I face very often because I
Please
am
call out your approach. We will talk about it in the becoming a authentic leader. Please call out your approach. Say that, you know what, this is what I'm trying to do. Rather than me telling them what to do, I'm giving them room and space to think. And when somebody is thinking without the prior experience and knowledge that I have, it will take them time. So I would need 15 days, 1 month, 2 months before you can start seeing results. So give me that time. Otherwise, every time the dependency is on me to tell, only then things will get done. And I want to make myself redundant as a leader so that I have an opportunity to grow. So please make those as an authentic leader, you can actually say that I want to make myself redundant, so I need my team to start thinking, and here is my approach to do that. So it will take time, but we'll get there.
But then how do you deal with it if there's a resistance from senior leadership that इतना time थोड़ी ना लगता है, आप तो इसमें professional हो, आपको तो आना चाहिए. I mean, I understand what you're saying and I try saying that, but then like you cannot take so much time. We want the results as soon as possible. And it's very difficult for me to explain it to them because they do not come from the training or the learning background.
Absolutely. You will have to explain to them with lots of data, numbers, baggage, say that, if I am the one who is getting the things done every time, I become the critical person. I become the critical skill and competency in the team. And tomorrow, if I were to leave, nobody knows how to do it. And I don't want you to be in that situation. So flip it and put it to them that how are you communicating? Why this delay? That there is only delay once. And once they know how to do things, they will not need me. You are not depending on one critical resource. You have multiple resources who will do the same thing as brilliantly. It's not about me not knowing things. It's about me wanting them to know how to do things. It's not easy, Purvi. It's not, you can't just say it once and get things done. For leaders, it is also a pressure of results, right? Quarter on quarter, if they're not demonstrating results, it becomes slightly challenging. So again, it's that right balance. How am I preparing my team to deliver? Is it only people that I'm focusing and not the organizational outcome result? Then the leaders become very jittery, so maybe you're teaching phase 1 in quarter 1, phase 2 in quarter 2, so that somehow you are still delivering results, but slowly every quarter the people are learning and building on their skills and competencies. There is no one answer, but things that you have to keep trying, keep pushing, keep telling.
Okay.
Yeah. Anush?
Just, what Purvi said is, I mean, it's very, very relatable. And one thing, like you said, Shanti, is that we are not always aware of what pressure the leader is under when they come to this, right? And therefore, I think some amount of empathy and compassion, even to the leader, no matter how mean or this thing they are, is important. Two things that leaders definitely appreciate is that, you keep them informed, even if there are delays and everything. And the second thing is that, demonstrating that we are on the same side. I'm not delaying because I am resisting you as a leader.
Yes.
Right. And sometimes I think we also need to learn. Like, I'll tell a very funny example which happened during my tenure in my last organization. Was my manager pulled me up saying that I sent you this email. It's been 4 days. And I counted to him the 4 days. He sent it to me on a Friday after work hours, after I'd left work.
Yes.
And then it was a Saturday and a Sunday, and this was on Monday morning. So I said that, at most you can say, I had 1 hour to do this work. You cannot call it 4 days just because it suits your convenience. But at the same time, I understand that he has a pressure to, get a reply to that mail, etc. So I think sometimes we just have to learn to brush away the this thing, respond to what should be responded to.
In that moment, yeah, and
that
that's
moment.
where that situational leadership. What kind of a leader do I need to be now to manage this situation? Yeah, and flex, adapt as required. Thank you. Coming back to the topic, if all of you have got that list of the leadership image that you want to show up as, the next step is becoming self-aware. So now, if you know what Dunning-Kruger effect is, not a very right connection, but I do want to call it out. Our self-image is based on ambition, aspiration. This is how I want to show up. But how others perceive us may not be that. So here is the step where you ask others for feedback. Ask others to give you 5 attributes of yourself as a leader. How would you define me? Give me 5 adjectives that define me as a leader. If I were to ask you to give 5 characteristics of what kind of a leader I am, this is that step where you start to build your self-awareness and the congruence. This is who I want to be, and this is what people think. Is that overlapping? Is that semi-overlapping? Is there a gap? That is very important for us to do. I know we won't be able to do this now, but please ensure you are writing to all your team members, your stakeholders, to just define you using 5 words, your leadership style with 5 words, and see if any of those words or their synonyms have appeared in your list. Yeah. And that's the next step, which is assess and evaluate. Yeah. So is there a gap? Is there an overlap? If there is a 100% overlap, you can stop there. You're already an authentic leader. Nothing needs to be done. Well done. As long as the positive, the attributes that you've listed and they have listed are positive. Of course, if it's like very aggressive and you also written, oh, I am an aggressive leader, you may want to change that, think about it. But if there is a good overlap, chances are you are showing up authentically, no further actions for you. However, if you notice a gap, that there is a huge gap between who I want to show up as a leader and who others think I am as a leader, you have to take action. And while you're taking action, do not hesitate to get support. You may decide huge changes are needed, but if so, remember that you don't need to do it all alone. There are people to help you. Your managers are there to help you. Get help from a coach, get help from your mentors. Figure out what is going to help you in that moment to bring about that alignment between what others are thinking and what you think you want to show up as a leader. Chances are it is very subtle behavioral changes that you need to do to move things forward. I'll give you one of my examples. I am somebody who is very quick at observing patterns, very quick at finding meaning when I'm just looking at data. Cut, it happens to me. In fact, if somebody asks me, how did you arrive at that? I'll have to go back and literally think through, okay, what all was I thinking? Because that thinking is happening very fast in my head. And for me, the kind of leader I was, one of the words was logical. Yeah, was proactive. But when I asked my team, it was too fast, too aggressive. And when I worked with my coach to find out what the difference was, the problem was I was expecting my team to think, extrapolate, calculate, and see patterns as fast as I was doing. And that was not fair. That, just because I'm able to do it, it was like, why can't you see? Isn't it obvious? It was only obvious to me, not to my team. Yeah. So it is important that sometimes you may, as a leader, not be able to see how do you bridge that gap? So please seek help in order to bridge the gap. Ask people, what made you say that, I'm an aggressive leader? What made you say I'm too fast? What made you say this? So when you seek those inputs, chances are you are able to craft your actions very well. Last but not the least, I think working on being an effective communicator. I think several of you had mentioned, what does becoming an effective, authentic leader mean? I think you all said, I have to communicate my authenticity. There has to be congruence between my body language, eye contact, behaviors, demonstration. All of it has to be congruent. So leaders who will give examples through living their stories day in and day out are the kinds of leaders people are willing to trust and go by. I will pause here. Does this sequence of steps make sense? Does anybody have any questions? Yes, Radha.
I may be wrong, just to understand it, Shanti. So when you speak about authentic, a person by himself should be authentic. Like when you ask people, today you have a different type of team and tomorrow you have a different type of team. And people keep on changing their, I mean, like your team might give you a number of perceptions. And your own values and your own characteristics or whatever that you have internally for yourself is what authenticity, right? I just wanted to understand if where I'm going wrong.
Can you repeat your question?
So the second point, when you're saying, can you display that screen once again?
Slide again, sure.
So first, what the first step is, like we are understanding we are writing whatever the qualities that we have, and the second thing is like we are asking, we're increasing awareness through our team, asking them questions like, what do you see as a leader in me? So when people give me input and they are different from mine, I am planning to take action and change myself according to them. They people keep on changing, and their likeliness towards us will keep on changing. So the very meaning of authentic will be different here, right?
Thank you for calling it out. Radha, I'm not saying you have to change. I'm saying then you communicate. For example, when I realized that I see patterns very quickly, I declared it in my team because there is no way I can not see patterns. That's not what I can do. I cannot not see patterns because that comes to me very without any effort. So I had to say that, if I see starting to contribute before you guys have thought, just raise your hand and say, pause. We are still thinking, so that I know that I have to pause. So please make use of that information rather than changing yourself. So does that answer, Radha? I'm not saying you have to change yourself. Evaluation is what
It's
kind of
clear.
actions you have to take.
It's clear. Thank you.
Welcome. Anush.
I think sometimes we just have to treat certain behaviors like the clothes we wear, right? So we wear certain clothes for certain occasions, etc. So those behaviors can be this thing, and at the same time, also without really causing too much of a dissonance, if we can be open. I think part of authenticity is being open about ourselves. And like you said, if you're if you're too fast and you're aware of the fact that you're faster than the others, you wouldn't be offended if someone came and said, Shanti, just hold on a minute.
Absolutely.
Right? I think that
In fact, when I
awareness
myself
of
have asked them to do it, there is no defense. Thank you for letting me know
correct,
that I'm jumping ahead. Yeah.
correct. I think that helps, so you don't have to change yourself, but when someone is asking for a concession, asking for a leeway, I don't think an authentic leader would get offended or feel
Yeah.
bad about it.
Yeah. And that's the kind of actions we need to try and put in place. Any other thoughts and questions? All right. So I'm going to put you into 3 breakout rooms. What you have to do in your breakout rooms is each breakout room will get a case study, and I'm going to show you the case studies. Please take a screenshot. I'll tell you which room, which case study. I'll give you 10 minutes to discuss what, according to you, will you take, what are the actions you're going to take, come back, and then we will discuss the action. Just remember to identify one speaker from your room. And if you're done in your room, feel free to come back to the main room. Yeah. I've already started. Yeah.
Pardon me. I just wanted to know that should I make you host right now for this activity?
Not required. I can see the rooms already.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. All right. So let me show the scenario 1, and I'll tell you who are in this room 1. Anand, Asha, Bani, Dr. Sharmila, Radha, and Sayan. You are in this room. Please take a screenshot, and I'll open the room in a short while. Moving to room number 2. Room number 2 is Chaitanya, Dr. Anuradha, Hema, Kanimuri, Purvi, Sunita, Tina, and Bakas. Please take a screenshot.
Just a minute. I put a message in the chat box. I have a meeting scheduled at 13:15 hours. So I'll have to drop. I'm very sorry.
No worries at all. You don't need to be sorry.
Yeah, I truly enjoyed the session, and please stay in touch. Looking forward to have more conversations with every one of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Room number 3 is everyone else, but I'll still call out Anush, Divya, Dr. Sarika. Kanimori B is appearing again. I think there are 2 Kanimoris. Please join room 2, Kanimori. Krunal, Manoj, Rahul, and Ranjana. Yeah, I'm opening the rooms. If you're done sooner, please put done. If not, I'll give you the entire 10 minutes and then we can come back. Opening the rooms now. Chaitanya, Rahul.
Shantiji, I was supposed to be in room 2. I got out of the meet. Can you
Room
add me in
two?
room 2?
Yes,
Thank you. Thank you.
assigned.
Thank you.
Dr. Priyanka, you got left out because you're a host. Is that okay?
It's
Do you
okay,
want to be
okay,
in
no
the-
problem, because I'm handling other things. So no
Okay.
issues.
Welcome back. Thirty seconds before all breakouts close, and then we get started. Welcome back, everyone.
Yeah, well,
Interesting case study, Shanti.
Huh?
Interesting case study.
Yes, yes, very
Glad.
interesting.
And as always, the time was less. You pulled us back so quick.
I have the power, you see.
Oh my God. It was too quick.
Too quick.
Oh,
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
less
But
time.
let's see. We'll start with case study 3. We'll start with room 3, Anush, Dr. Sarika, Kanimoy, Krunal, Manoj, Rahul, Ranjana. What did you uncover?
Yeah, sure. So I am the representing for the case study 3 team, myself, Krunal. So hope I am audible. Let me start with that.
Yes, Krunal, you are.
Yeah, so it is really good case study. So I would treat this particularly as a strategic decision, not a pricing decision. Because while discount offers us the short-term savings, as a decision maker, my focus would be on the long-term value, reliability, and the risk mitigation. Because I would assess total cost of ownership, which include performance, service, quality, and impact on operations. So if alternative supplier deliver superior consistency and reduce business risk, I would prioritize that partnership. But at the same time, I would use this situation to push the current supplier also for the improved terms. Ultimately, I would choose the best option that strengthen the long-term business performance, not just the immediate cost savings. So you have to balance both of the things. Thank you.
So
Great.
yeah, go ahead. Somebody else was adding.
Yeah, he demonstrated it very well, like a board meeting.
Yeah, so if I'm understanding correctly, entire group 3 believes that they will go in for the long-term gains, wins, long-term benefit to the organization rather than an immediate high, immediate discount. That seems more appropriate to them. Also, while even if the current vendor is the best vendor, still you will do that evaluation and everything. And if this vendor is the best vendor and still is giving discount, why not? But if it's not the best vendor, probably ignore the discount and go with vendor where you may have to pay more, but reliability, quality, everything is much better. Is that
And
fair?
yes, madam. And yes, madam, if second person quality is better, then we'll ask our first supplier to manage that quality also by doing that quality assurance plan.
By doing that quality assurance plan. So will you go in for the discount, yes or no?
Obviously, price is equally important. Discount is also important. But as a decision maker, if you ask, I have to manage both. If I am the purchase manager, then my opinion could be differ, but it would be a mix of both.
Yeah. Yeah. And imagine leaders face this dilemma day in and day out.
Yeah.
Am I talking about quick win today? Am I talking about long-term reputation? What if the quality of the products or services are not great, are not reliable, and it causes reputational damage and hazard to my customers? Yeah, that's a big thought. There are no right and wrong answers, people. This is about being able to think from all perspectives. There would be instances where you would say it is very important to deliver now. So I am going to go with this vendor. I'm hoping that the decision is based on the quality, and the quality, then comes discount. No, rather than discount first, We can look at quality later. If that happens, chances of it impacting the reputation are far larger. Yeah.
Yeah, madam. In today's world, discount, there is no break for the discount. If you explore every time new vendors, price will discover every time special new. But we
Very
have to
true.
fix our benchmark quality.
Very true. Very true. The same vendor will come back to us after a year, now wanting to match the price because they're not doing great in the business. So now they're willing to give discounts. 2 years ago, they were not giving. Then they were doing great business. Now they are not. So they want to get more business from us. So you'll find lots of these combinations as to why is this person offering us a discount, and I know very common quote, there is nothing free in this world. If you're getting something free, know you are the product. So be mindful and don't be that product. All right, let's move to room number 2. Only if my Dr. Anuradha Kanimuri, Sunita Tina Bakas.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. I'll be presenting on behalf of room number 2. The case study was that the team is working on a project for a client, and the request is to manipulate the results in order to make their product appear more successful. The answer, we came to the consensus that yes, we will not agree to this. We may negotiate with the client that it is going to question our credibility, ours also, and his credibility also. So he should work upon solving those problems to make it appear real. Secondly, if I accept it, it is always that guilt, professional guilt is going to work upon us. The transparency is not there. The public will not trust us for our work. So I will like to take a long-term gain instead of a small achievement with this project. I have got this project, maybe I lose it, but yes, I can get more. This is just one of the product or option in my professional journey. I'll have more to do better. So I will not go with this.
Yeah, it takes years to build trust and reputation, and just one wrong incident completely breaks the trust, completely ruins the reputation. And God forbid, if this is exactly that one, better to stay away, better to honestly say that, this is where we are. We aren't meeting timelines. We aren't able to keep things within budget. And this is our mitigation plan. This is what we are trying to do to compensate for it, and be transparent and open rather than trying to fake it and hide it and put it under the carpet. Wonderful. Let's look at room number 1.
Hi, this is Bani, and I'm representing Team 1. As a team, we all felt that, the professional life and the personal life should not interfere into each other's zone. So personal life is personal life and professional life is professional life. And also in this particular situation, the company is already struggling financially, and it is a very difficult situation for our organization to let go of people. And in such a situation, if we get more, it has to be a very authentic leadership and not a very biased leadership, because company is already struggling. And if we take decisions which are based out of emotion and not out of logic for the organization financially, so eventually you will have to let go of that employee who is related to you. One. And a very beautiful thought came from Radha, that irrespective of whether that person is my relative or not my relative, we need to check the list and see what was the previous performance level for each of these employees. Were they doing well in the other role before they came to this role? How long have they been serving the organization? Because we are also talking about letting them go, which means they'll be jobless. They'll not be with a job, which means their families will be affected. So there's a lot more than what it is, right? It's not just firing the person. So she came with that beautiful thought, is that check on what was the performance of the person before joining this role, how long the person has been with the organization, and also see if there are more opportunities within the organization and align the people in those roles. And another thing which we discussed was that maybe, because what we understand from this situation is there is a list of people who have to be let go, right?
Yeah.
It's not only one employee. So instead of letting everybody suffer, right? So maybe we could have a very honest discussion at a leadership level that, okay, do a salary cut like what we did in COVID, right? Do a salary cut, but retain the people. So instead of firing the people, retain the people, do a salary cut. And when the company has good days coming back, because these are the people who have worked for you for years, right?
Brilliant.
So don't let them go. Right. And so I'm just adding, we didn't get this time to discuss in the room that time, like what Zomato is doing now, Dipinder Goyal, he's called all the people who has ever worked with Zomato and he said that come and work with me again. Right. So that's about being an authentic leader and a people's person. So you're just not seeing the numbers will happen, but you also have to see that it is affecting people beyond numbers, right? Because
Absolutely.
and if people are jobless, of course they'll start doing wrong things. And in this case, if I am being biased and I retain a person who is related to me, that's setting a very wrong example in the organization. And people will feel that just because they were not related to the strong people or a powerful leadership, they lost their jobs, and
They
it is
were
not.
let go. Yeah.
Yes, and it is not performance based. So that is very demotivating for the teams to perform. And if the company is already struggling with the performance, financially, I see is performance, which means the company will struggle more because you will have incompetent set of people than
Yeah.
competent set of people. So you will only have people pleaser, yes, bosses, and makhan baj, and then the company will have to shut down. So ultimately it will come to your own self also. Your manager might also have a list where you are there to
You
be
are on
taken
that
off.
list.
Yes. So
Yes.
in COVID, we saw this situation, right? The
Yes.
managers were given a list, okay, isko nikal do, usko nikal do. And managers were also in that list. After nikal do, they are the
अब
ones.
निकल जाओ.
हाँ, आपने निकाल दिया. And I have seen this situation not during COVID, long time back when I used to work around 20 years back. I saw that when my organization was integrating and downsizing, lean performance, they gave targets to the managers to take people off.
Yeah.
And then
Targets
finally,
only.
the managers also role was not there because the teams had got integrated, right? So a
Yeah.
lot of managers lost their jobs also. So I think it is very, very this beautiful case study because it tells us how to be authentic in such a difficult situation. It is not an easy situation, but think of situation and think of people before money. Profits,
Before
before
money.
profits, no, think of people.
Yeah. And if you, for the organization, yes, you have to decide to let go of this person, but there are other ways you can support. One way you beautifully mentioned, right? Can all of us take a pay cut and get one person's salary up and retain or whatever? In one of the sessions, I heard one more alternative. You know what? As a leader in the organization, I will let go my relative, but on a personal front, I will blast his or her resume to all my friends, all my organizations. I will ensure he has a sharper resume and gets a job very quickly. So I'm going to
Yeah.
help him outside here. So if we
So-
really want to do that balance, we
Yeah,
can.
that is what Radha was also mentioning, that, do a bit of more research in terms of what is the background to this employee, how many years of experience, what is the kind of performance before this thing happened. So it could have also been that maybe he or she is struggling through a particular phase, right? Health or, relationship, and therefore it is affected his performance, irrespective. So help him or get the right job, right? A job fit within the organization or outside the organization, as you mentioned, Shanti. So outside the organization also, when, and that's the beauty of, corporate world, we all are networked and all. So, and at the leadership level, if we really want, we can help people get the jobs they deserve. And I would say deserve because everybody is very capable. It's just that sometimes they are a misfit into a particular role. That
Yeah.
role is not meant for them.
Spot
So,
on. Spot
so
on. Thank you.
yeah.
With that, people, we do come to the end of the session. I hope it triggered some thoughts. The session is not a Gyan session. It is a session to trigger your thoughts about how you show up authentically. I hope I have been able to achieve that. I would love to hear from some of you at least what you are taking away. I've shared a QR code. If you can provide feedback, that will be really helpful. Any questions also open. Radha, you had put up your hand. Please do ask away.
It's not questions, but it's an awesome session. And these are looking very simple things, but a person should know what is a characteristic of the leader and what the components are. This is very, very important to go ahead. I've been listening about the values, emotional intelligence, and all these things. But again, like how authentic you are to yourself is something really important. Yeah, again, coming back, situational leadership, yes, definitely we have to look in the wherever we require, we have to change ourselves as a leader. But to be authentic in all the situations as much as possible is very much required. Thanks a lot for that.
Thanks, Radha. Thanks, Radha. Anyone else? Any thoughts, comments? And please, please, please do give me feedback. That's most important for me.
Shanti, one question.
Yes, please.
Though
Yeah,
it's
go
not
ahead.
about, sorry?
Go ahead, huh?
Yeah. Though it's not about the topic has been very clear and crisp, the way you have explained it so well. And with the case studies also, it has been very easy and interesting to understand. I had this one small question that would you be sharing this PPT as a PDF? This
I
would be
will share
really
this.
helpful for us.
I will put it in the group, sure.
Great. Thank you so much. Because a lot of useful info you have shared. And I have been exploring the topic on this topic from some time. So that's why this session was very useful and apt for me. Thank you so much.
Glad you found it helpful. We'll share the PDF.
And
Great. Thank you.
I would like to know what other kind of sessions do you conduct, and so do you do one-on-one sessions, or how do you do, or you do the trainings in the corporate, or how is it?
So primary source of my bread and butter is corporate trainings. And I do both one-on-one and group coachings for both corporates and one outside and people. So what happens is when I embed in a learning journey, one-on-one coaching, the leader beyond what the corporate has sponsored wants to continue. So I've got some one-on-ones who say I'll sponsor my own coachings. I've got those also. My primary space of expertise is leadership development and professional skills. I'm going to show you my QR code. You can scan, you can stay connected. And that's my space. Though I dabble with a bit of wellness here and there, but my strength is leadership.
Great, thank you. And it was a wonderful session. I joined a little late, but it was a wonderful, wonderful session. And especially I love that last part of case studies. And you know what you said, I totally resonate with it. It is not a Gyan session. It was a very thought-provoking session. And it helped us to look inside and think. So it evoked a lot of awareness about our own selves in terms of being an authentic leadership.
Thank you, Bani. My motive achieved. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I've already given the feedback on the Google also.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Any other thoughts, comments, anything anybody wants to say?
Yes.
Yes.
Chandji, thank you for everything what we have done so far today. So it's a new learning curve to learn something from each and every one of you.
Yeah.
Right.
Totally.
Every
Lovely
individual
share.
has their own
The session was
perspective when
good
put
because
together.
all of you participated. I think that's what made the session so
Right.
lively. So
Right,
thank you
right.
to each one of you for the lovely shares.
Thank
Shanti,
you
it
so much.
was
And I would like to thank each and everyone here. Thank you, Shanti ji, especially, and thank you, Dr. Priyanka ji, and to making this
possible. Absolutely.
insightful. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Shanti, it was wonderful. I have been attending Dr. Priyanka's these sessions lively. More of it is practical aspects. Leadership, what I believe is leadership evolves when you are in difficult situations.
Yes.
Like the three case studies, we may talk about morals, we may talk about ethics, we may talk about anything that yes, we are this, we are that, this is what I follow, this is, I will not change. But according to the situation, when you are taking decisions, you are growing that way. And you are then developing into an authentic leader. Your leadership style shapes in that manner. So that is what thought-provoking case studies, nice and simple steps to build into an authentic leader. So those were the key learnings and wonderfully presented in a very nice and lucid manner. Thank you, Dr. Priyanka. Love the session.
Thank you, Dr. Anuradha.
I am blessed to have, speakers like Shanti, ma'am. Sorry, Shanti.
Absolutely. We are blessed that we are
Yeah.
listening.
I have a magnetic pull towards nice, speakers.
Lovely.
Now it's getting, I have started believing in it nowadays that nowadays we will have amazing speakers and somehow, it's our thing which is going on. And the way, Shanti conducted today's session, I was spellbound. I was like, it happens like every session has a very unique touch to it. But today, what I saw was the way she was flowing, the way the session was. It was so much of reflection. She made us all think. She made us, understand the concept. What do we think about leadership and authenticity? And, what is the value system? Because for each and everyone, it's very different. Our value systems and authenticity and leadership, everything is so different from one and all. And a brilliant session and wonderful participation from all the members. I think approximate some 38-40 members joined. Then it was so much of engagement, so much of participation, and wonderful. I couldn't attend the breakout room activity because me and ma'am were handling some other things. But the way you all are talking about the breakout room case study, I got so curious that what was it that was going on inside the room. So my brain was like, what is happening inside the breakout room? What is happening?
Lovely.
So like that. Yeah, wonderful. And thank you so much, Shanti. Thank you for giving us this, valuable time on Sunday. And the way the session has been, I'm sure so many members today learned so much from you, so much. And genuinely, we all thank you from, the bottom of our heart. And definitely, members, please, I request everyone that give her LinkedIn recommendations, give, nice testimonials so that, that is a takeaway. And our speakers work so hard for giving us so much of value, so much of things go in play. When we all are trainers, coaches, we know how much put in it takes to conduct a 2-hour session, to engage, so that the audience is able to take value. So I think at least what we can do from our side is a genuine testimony, genuine LinkedIn recommendation. These are some gestures which we can add value. So let's give it all.
Sure.
That is what I would request all of you to please, do something about. Anybody who else, wants to add any point, or else Shanti will wind up.
We will wind up.
If you've got something to say, then, I would love to, request you to give us a nice closing, speech. How did you feel? How was your experience as a speaker today?
I loved it. I loved the engagement interaction. Normally, when I do the pro bono sessions, I struggle to get interaction because people have joined. It's a free session. They are there passively listening. I was so grateful that it was a conversation and not just me talking. So thank you.
Thank you so much, all of you who take out time on Sunday, to come and join and learn. And it is becoming our family kind of ritual. Every Sunday we are meeting, we are learning, we are growing. Sometimes, the activities are so engaging that we all join like, as if it's a family bonding system going on.
Yes.
So it's a wonderful experience with all of you. We all are creating memories together. That is what I feel actually. That all of us are, that this day was meant for us to share this time together, and we all were meant to be there. So thank you. And seriously, thank you so much for attending. Shanti, thank you so much for giving us your value of 28 years of experience.
My
And
pleasure.
love you all and hope to see you, in our next Sunday session. I'm bringing a very sweet little girl and she will blow your mind because she's also too good. I'll keep the surprise. I'll share it by evening. Today, it was all about Shanti and authentic leadership. And I'm sure that today we all could learn so much. And I will be sharing my personal testimony and LinkedIn recommendations because I loved the session. I was so engaged. I saw every, point so properly. You conducted it with so much of poise and so much of clarity that it's something we all need to learn from you. That how you, effortlessly kept the flow. It was connecting all the dots, and it's this is the art. I think it's how to conduct a session is an art itself. So that is what I felt, that all the members were totally engaged, totally participating. Everybody was able to add so much of, points when you started asking questions, especially the Gen Z one was my aha moment. That
So
was my
true.
aha moment. When
So true.
Purvi, Anand, Bani, Lalita, and so many members started talking about it. I think Chaitanya was also one of them. Then Sayan was always, writing, typing something. So very interactive session. And I was on chat. I was on WhatsApp. I was updating.
I was during the breakout, I was looking at the WhatsApp. So much of excitement there. I
So
will
much of
read all of them
excitement is
now.
going on. So thank you so much.
I would just like to add one thing. I was not feeling too well today, so I joined a little late. But this whole session kind of was so interactive and so thought-provoking. I would say so reflective and thought-provoking that it got a lot of energy to me. And so thank you so much, Priyanka, Dr. Priyanka, Dr. Shanti, for getting these kind of a session. And Dr. Priyanka, I must say, every Sunday for me it is a Sunday routine. अगर सेशन नहीं हुआ तो राजमा चावल नहीं खाया और ये सेशन नहीं हुआ तो संडे संडे जैसा नहीं लग रहा है. एंड टुडे आई वाज थिंकिंग सेशन है, उठ के करती हूँ नहीं करती हूँ, कर पाऊंगी या नहीं कर पाऊंगी, लेट मी सी. एंड इट इज, एंड आई वाज मिसिंग इट. सो आई सेड नहीं नहीं कर लेते हैं, कोई बात नहीं, ज्यादा एक्टिवली नहीं करेंगे, पैसिवली कर लेंगे. बट दैट्स द ब्यूटी ऑफ दिस सेशन. एंड आई वांट टू शेयर दिस फीडबैक अबाउट Shanti Sharma, that you made it that I could not help but stay inactive.
Thank you.
I had to participate. You provoked my
I think,
inner self.
Bani, this is what exactly Shanti taught us today. What is authentic leadership?
And she provoked she evoked and provoked my inner awareness about myself, about the situations around me. And so I was just thinking of, the situations which happened 20 years back, how I could have done differently if I had known about this authentic leadership kind of a frame, or what is happening right now in my life as a leader in a startup. So there are situations which were very real, and yes, there are every moment we have to make a choice whether to be an authentic leader or to be a yes boss leader. So thank you so much for getting that value to us. Thank you so much. My Sunday is done, and I'll now go and have
So
rajma
is
chawal.
mine.
Now
So
you
is mine
take
with all
rest
your
and take, your meals and take rest. Now Sunday you can relax.
So thank you so
Thanks
much,
so much, Shanti, for a
Priyanka.
wonderful
Each session which I've been attending, I think since the time, it's not been very long since I've been a part of your community. I'm one of the recent members, but since whatever sessions I've attended, I think I've not missed any.
Yeah.
And I must say, each one of them are so powerful and they're so different than each other that it brings a totally a different shift.
I
Because,
know. And I'm
we
feeling
might not know.
that today I'm having Shanti with us. Before this, you remember Dhruvi's session?
Dhruvi,
She was
yeah.
like a Gen Z. She was very scared, but we all motivated and supported her, no? So post session, she was so happy. that, I was feeling little nervous and I was little scared, but your group and the community started, pepping me up. So I
And
was also feeling confident.
and
It's so
you just
nice.
you see this beauty between last session and today. This is how I, as an beneficiary, I would say. Last session was by somebody who was very, very young.
Young,
Yeah,
new,
and
absolutely.
a kid, right?
Kid.
And today's session is with somebody who is very, very experienced.
Very
And
experienced.
so in between is me, right? So and see, so you learn from
Me
Juhi
also.
also.
I am
Yeah.
also like in the,
So
that
from Juhi,
millennial
I learned
category.
so many things, at her age. Look at her. She's doing, even if she's not feeling well, she showed up. She didn't cancel the session, and
Exactly.
she used technology. She was so calm, so unlike this times. I would not then relate to the age. With this time,
Absolutely.
none of us can stay so calm. But she was so calm. She was so in control with her emotions, though her topic was nothing to do with emotions.
Exactly.
And then previously, I remember Ame's session. Just before
Ame.
that was Ame. So,
Ame was.
Ame's session also just touched my soul. कि सुबह मैंने ये किया, अभी सेशन में मैंने क्वेश्चन कुछ और पूछा, लेकिन उन्होंने आंसर वो दिया जो मैंने सुबह किया. So, and
Wow.
his session was all about business. So,
Business. It was all
yeah.
business.
So it is such a beautiful learning, and I think if we continue being in this community and continue learning these
Yes.
sessions, it will bring a lot of holistic learning to us, and it will reflect
You
in our
all
leadership.
please keep blessing me so that somehow my magnetic field becomes powerful and more.
No, it is very powerful. I told you, as a manifestation coach, I also do, like, I'm also a manifestation coach.
So far,
I can tell
I
you,
personally
can
feel
tell
that
you.
it's all your blessings, no? Your blessings,
It is.
Shanti's
And
blessings,
I would tell you one thing,
Priyanka.
Priyanka, one thing I would like to say, I think somewhere in the community, we should also take the feedback about the sessions, so that,
Yeah.
there are a lot of people, for whatever reason. Suppose today, if
Yeah.
I'm out with my family for a lunch, or I'm attending some other commitment, I cannot attend, right?
Exactly.
So, one, I think whoever is attended, we should have some kind of a form that quickly give your feedback. So, more and more participation can happen from the community, because
I know. I
we are
am
not
working
aware.
on it. I'm working on the feedback of the sessions now, because I think what speakers also need after their session is, right now, so we are requesting verbally, and sometimes they feel it, and then, it's like the distraction after the session is so many distractions we are, no? They want to do it, but then they forget it. Then it's, becoming that loop that I am asking again, then they're able to, not able to. So I'm working on that it's better to get, a feedback form,
No,
and
I would see it like this, because I would like to see this as a beneficiary. Because
Absolutely.
last session, for example, we gave the feedback on Padlet, and that
Padlet.
stayed only, it stayed only in this group, people who were attending till the end. Nobody
Right.
else knows about the feedback. Now,
Right.
today also we gave the feedback on that QR code. So nobody
Metri, I
beyond the
think
people who.
Shanti used Metri something. Metri. I
No, now is the Google feedback form. So, so it stays only with very limited number of people, and
Right.
people who have not attended, how would they know what have they missed? मतलब
Exactly.
FOMO होगा कैसे?
Exactly.
FOMO होना है
So
ना,
I
next
am
session के
working
लिए.
on that, and we'll discuss it, Bani. I think we'll, catch up and we will discuss it properly, because I'm working that it needs to be in a credible way, so that when speaker conducts a session, they also should have a, some better advantage of takeaways. So that I'm thinking about that. It's time that I should start doing that as well. So, thank you for the suggestion. And I think we are about to close. We have touched already 2 o'clock approx. So,
Thanks, everyone.
Nishanti,
Yeah, Priyanka ji,
thank
that
you.
makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. It has to be win-win, right? For both the trainer and the trainee. That makes
Exactly.
a lot of
And, accept us who will understand more the value of feedback. Like we
true.
are a community of, trainers, coaches, and learners. So we should be the first one who initiate that. That, we should start it. Let others follow.
And I think
Right.
what I heard you, Priyanka, and it really landed so beautifully with me, is you said that we all are trainers, coaches. हमको पता है हमारी struggles क्या है, हमको पता है कैसे होता है. Means like, let's be honest, right? We know how it works. We know we need a feedback, right? How would I know what I'm doing is good or bad if I don't have a feedback? How would I reach out to people if only very limited number of people know about me? So, and we all are in the same journey. We all are in the same journey. किसी को ऐसा नहीं है कि यहाँ पे कुछ छुपा है. हम सबको पता है कि क्या challenges है और क्या अच्छा होता है और क्या करने वाले हैं अभी हम और क्या नहीं करने वाले हैं. We can even
So,
predict the next
Bani, I
step.
would really request you, let's give Shanti, today lots of testimonies, recommendation, and I've taken a screenshot. I'll be sharing in the group within a minute or so. So, let's start. Let's lead the way. Let others follow. पहले तो हमसे ही शुरुआत करते हैं, बाद में दूसरों को सिखाएंगे.
और एक और
वो
सजेशन
Sunday
आया
है.
इसमें से, एक और चीज आया, डॉक्टर प्रियंका, इफ यू कुड डू इट सिंस यू आर द admin for the community.
बताइए.
In the I think end of the session we should share the LinkedIn profile of the speaker, and we
Of
would
course.
seek the feedback on the LinkedIn directly.
I
So
have been trying, but I think अब वो उसको written बनाना थोड़ा, I think it would become a little more valuable thing अगर हम उसे written message में convert कर दें. Till now, I've been speaking and requesting verbally, but I think it's better I do that on, on WhatsApp group. That members who attended, please join Shanti LinkedIn profile. We'll share there. And there they can give LinkedIn recommendations, testimonials, screenshot of, of the session. And I think it would be a very, very beautiful thing which we will do for our, speakers. So
as
let's
Chaitanya
support it.
mentioned, as Chaitanya mentioned, it has to be a win-win situation.
Exactly.
Dr. Shanti Sharma, she spent, so much time, right? Time, effort,
That's
yes,
what.
nothing. So all this does not come. That presentation, to make that presentation, she would have spent days, and I would say
Years
years,
of experience,
years of
years of
experience.
experience that goes
So,
in one session. So we all understand that at least we should support each other. I feel we all should support each other a lot. Like
Yes.
ma'am is Shanti is very seasoned. So 28 experience, I could feel it in every sentence that experience is coming out. But the young ones, the young girls, the young ones, they need it royally. They need it so much, so much of encouragement. And, as a community, it becomes our responsibility. That is what I feel.
Absolutely.
It's our responsibility. Like I am in the millennial section. There are more senior, trainers. It becomes our responsibility to get their things sorted, because all of them are so young, confused, so much chaos. And this generation is going through social media fever.
But
they
then,
feel
this
almost
generation
so
also has a lot of things which
I know.
we do not have.
We did not.
And this generation, if you see, they're able to crack the code much faster.
That is true. But we will support, so they will have that human, that
Connection.
love and care which we all could give. Like I remember when I was struggling, there were only one, supporter, and there was one senior person who used to scold me a lot. So I used to get a little love from one, mentor, and a lot of scolding from the other mentor. But now we have so many platforms now where we can have seniors with us. Like Shanti is there, Bani is there, Chaitanya is there, Dr. Anuradha is there. Anand, I think he's here, but he is not
He's
there.
not there.
So, but all of us can give them so much of confidence, na? That through our community, if their confidence is built, like when I started these sessions, I had no idea that how it was a casual networking thing when I started. I think Bani, you joined pretty late, but the first session which we did, it was in November. And it was a casual network thing that we will just catch up November, December. We will just hang out and all. So the first session happened, and we never imagined that the first session will be like 60, 70 members.
Wow.
And last minute, the one who wanted to conduct skipped. She's like, I'm not feeling, well today. I'm not feeling well. So I had to write it, okay, somebody has to become Dhoni and save my cricket team. Who will be the session leader? So luckily there was one girl who, came up, and she was Dale Carnegie certified. fresh new trainer. So she was looking out for opportunity. So I was
That's
like, will you do it better? So she was like, ma'am, I need exposure. I don't have clients. So at least this will be my practice session. So it's like, ठीक है. I was like, हमारे पास भी क्या है 150 कुछ participants हैं. तुम डेल कार्नेगी से आए हो. मैंने कहा, let's roll for you also first time, my also first time. And we had 60, 70 people that day. And the session was so damn good because she did, ice breaking, energizing activities and networking thing. It was a casual meet. But, Zoom initial, like the free version of Zoom only has 40 minutes.
40 minutes, yeah.
40 minutes when members got engaged, the Zoom was off. And then members are like, take my Zoom, let's continue. So, we understood the value ki, people really want to, join and they want to conduct session. So we understood. And then Teja sir picked it up. Teja sir was like, I'll do the session. So I was like, then I was like, I am a magnet now. Now something is happening and something is working. So somehow, very good speakers started coming. Something happened. So from that day, it's been rolling and rolling and rolling. And today we have Shanti with us. So brilliant sessions we are having. Brilliant, mind-blowing things are happening with us. So, I'm very thankful to all of you for participating. But it needs to be a system where all of us should support, like whatever way we can, whatever way. That is what, my main core belief for this session is. कि कुछ तो valuable लेके सबको जाना चाहिए.
Nahin, Priyanka, I'll tell you, there are a lot of intangible things which we are not able to see at the surface. I'll tell you, since the time I joined your community, my LinkedIn has more network, right? As in, because a lot of people from this community have added me, right? And of course, when they have added me, they also sometimes like my post, right? So it is going beyond a particular session. So I think that's a beautiful thing, and more we should support each other. If not this, then at least in that way, because to the client, because we are not each other's client as such. But maybe you never know, because each one of us have our own niche. But to the outside world, these are the people who are experts, and if they evaluate us, or they, give a recommendation, or they like the post, it makes it more authentic, more meaningful.
I know.
Yeah.
What I've also felt is LinkedIn recommendations really get you a lot of credibility. So like nowadays, whenever we are talking to anybody, any client or any HR or something, they go through your LinkedIn, and LinkedIn recommendation is very important. So just imagine if so many of us can give, we are minimum any session, we are 30, 40, 30, 40, we are there. So if we make it a practice that, when a session speaker is putting so much of effort, at least we can write authentic and genuine, words for them. And that way they can get good clients later on. That can increase their credibility in the corporate sector so properly. And just imagine, it's like, family system that I support my sister supports brother supports mother, father. It should become like that, na? That should happen. So my goal and vision is like that. So let's see how it goes, how far we go.
I would say that I am also now thinking, after listening to all this, is like even the co-participants, like Chaitanya said, thank you to everybody and all, because the sessions are meaningful only if there's a participation.
Because
if there is a good audience, right? And I'm so, I attend a lot of webinars, and I also do a lot of webinars. But I love about this, this community is because we are more seasoned people, more experience. So everybody here comes with a lot more maturity and seriousness. People are not here time pass ke liye nahi hai koi bhi.
True.
Right? So also I feel that within the community also, if we can, help each other and give recommendations, like their thing, and do this. I used to run a food blog, right? Food groups during COVID. So I just left all that. So there we used to do this. We used to help. Yeah, like that is how organically each one of us grew. That support each other, help each other's Instagram, LinkedIn तो नहीं था वहाँ पे, Instagram and Facebook, and their own personal pages, their own, their company's name. So I think that is also helps a lot, because as a participants also, no, we know each one of us what kind of a, like, I know, if even if I don't look, I know it's Dr. Anuradha Sharma who is speaking.
Right.
After few sessions, no, I will know who is the one who is speaking like this. Who is, oh, Ranjana is speaking, or Anand is speaking, or this kind of a thought can only come from Anand. So,
Yeah.
we can now kind of associate even as a batchmate.
Yeah.
तो अभी तो जैसे हमको आदत हो गई ना एक दूसरे के साथ क्लासेस अटेंड करने की.
That's what I am feeling, after conducting now almost a 24th session. This might be from December, January, February. Now March is ending. And what I'm able to understand is this is getting, bigger, better, bolder. With every session, we are growing very strong now.
Yes.
And to make it more powerful and more impactful, I'm thinking that we should start, the podcast or panel conversations. So I'm thinking about it that, Friday or Saturday, something we should do. Like Shanti is author. She's a very established author. But, I think one session might not be sufficient. She might be thinking about, talking about her book or something. So I'm thinking, let's have a book reading session, 30 minutes, because so many of us might be authors also in our community. And just imagine if there is so much of value. If, a person is writing a book, I'm sure publishing house are also churning good amount of money from, speakers and all. Some lakhs go in publishing one book. So if they are having value, and if they are having a book, and if we have our ecosystem where we can help each other, just imagine the author is sitting here. She's right in front of us. So we can directly connect with her. We can directly learn from her. We can ask million questions. And what I feel personally, we all help each other genuinely. That like obviously, if we are attending a masterclass or something, there is energy exchange involved. But genuinely, people are helping. That is what I'm feeling. Like so many times, I keep listening to a lot of people now. Nobody is a giver. No, I disagree. I am, very big example. I am looking at so many people in front of me who are giving generously, and they're not asking a single thing back. So saying all the time that no, nobody gives anymore, it doesn't. Here, it is not working.
Yeah.
Here, I don't know. In my case,
I will put this in a very different way. If today I am sitting here, I'm giving my time, which I could have spent doing something myself, making some PPT or some content for myself, or just watching some movie, right? Because it's a very
Something or
hectic week behind and a very hectic week ahead. I would be not sitting here, right? So that is also an energy exchange which is happening,
Yes.
right? My time is my money. And same with Dr. Shanti, sorry, again and again Dr. Shanti nikal raha hai. So
I think she's branded herself as an expert, no? So even it is coming. Even I am like trying to hold. I'm like Dr. Shanti, like
अगर मैं शांति बोलती हूँ फिर मेरे को पूरा शांति शर्मा बोल रहे हो.
Shanti.
नहीं, Shanti is good.
So what happens is she's also having an energy exchange, because हमारे जैसे कहाँ मिलेंगे. हमारे जैसे मतलब एकदम ऑथेंटिक फीडबैक दे रहे एकदम.
Authentic participation.
And feedback. And also, I'll tell you, because I asked her this question, and she's a corporate trainer, right? So there, the employees are, I've been there, done that. Employees are बहुत ही जैसे, because we talked about authentic leadership, and everybody is like, oh, my manager is watching, my HR is watching, so I have to be very good employee. So
Right.
don't give a bad employee vibes, right?
Yeah.
So so I think that's the value the speakers will get from this community is also.
I'm
So there
thinking
is a lot of
about
energy
poll
exchange happening.
discussions or panel conversations. Maybe Saturday, Friday, I'll take a poll where you all feel which time zone suits you. So we will have some nice, like this is a panel discussion going on, to be honest, right?
Correct.
So we should have something where people can just add on some more, value, because sometimes Sundays people have family time also. So maybe it could be Friday. People can talk about their books. Let's create some book club or something like that. So, abhi tak to I've been going very, it's a nice Sunday activity. Now I'm thinking this is getting very serious now. So now I'm thinking
Priyanka ji,
book club or panel
I
discussion
am
like that. Yeah,
Panel
Chetan.
discussion is a
sorry
great
to
idea.
yes, this is into panel discussion, and I wanted to add something.
Yeah.
So Shanti ji, sorry to sorry, you just stated that your stomach is rumbling and
Rumbling, I'm
everybody have to
hungry
have
now.
our food. It's too awkward. So yeah, I want to add one thing, that is, can you do a trainer and a leader and a team a session on that? So that is something that is more valuable. So the way you present, it makes more relatable to follow that. So if you can do that, that is one thing. And I wanted to add
Very
something. I was
happy.
checking Grow with Satori,
Hmm.
as I'm into marketing. So
Okay.
the website, the website, the content, everything is beautiful. That you have trained more than 20,000 people. So that is not something small, right? That shows your expertise and all. So that is something good. And yeah, Priyanka ji, as we are talking about this, taking to next step, even feedback also, LinkedIn post, how that matters.
LinkedIn
Your
recommendation,
Grow with
I would
Satori's
tell you,
Instagram
we are
is
the
around
last,
370 people.
ones who are
But
sitting here right now. At least we should do something from our side. She has given such a beautiful session today. Let's give a very amazing LinkedIn recommendation to
yeah,
her. And, we will definitely look forward to more sessions from Shanti if she's, comfortable, if she loved,
Very happy.
our community, if she's, finding it ki, नहीं तो I will remember Purvi's, words right now कि ऐसे ही आई है session मस्त होने वाला है. So I was like, my God, what these Gen Zs are doing now? Like ये कौन है? Session मस्त होगा कि नहीं? And I was like, है. So now, just imagine we have to deal with that thing
very
also,
good.
and then we have session speaker like Shanti here. So I'm like, my God, what a difference of wavelengths, but still together. That is the beauty.
Still together. That's the beauty.
Still
Totally
together.
agree.
Shanti,
That's what.
உங்களுக்கு மிக்க நன்றி. மிக்க நன்றி.
Thank you.
Right. Thank
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
you.
I'm
Thank you.
learning Kannada, by the
Wonderful
way. So
LinkedIn recommendation, and
Okay.
let's have a beautiful Sunday. I once again thank you all. Thank you for joining. Thank you for giving your beautiful time and making this, session a very memorable one. Thank you, Shanti. Thank you,
my
Bani.
pleasure.
Thank you, Dr. Anuradha. Thank you, Chaitanya. Would love to meet you all next, Sunday.
Sunday.
And we've got a little one, and we have to support her. So let's meet again.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much. Have a good day. Yes.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.